So let us go through this question here. It is saying solve the simultaneous equations, and the simultaneous equations are here. This one we can call it 1. This one is 2, equation 2, and this one is equation 3. So remember in A level, in O level, we used to have simultaneous equations also, but which we are having only two unknowns like x and y. But these simultaneous equations here, they have three unknowns. So it is what we are going to see how we can solve this. So such equations here, they have different methods which you can use. But for me, I will do the one which is commonly used, which is known as what? Which is known as row reduction. Row reduction to it is known as echelon form. So using this method, we shall come here and see. Remember, we have the values of x, x, x. Okay, let x be uniform. So we have x, x, x. We have y, y, y. Then this one was for z, I think, isn't it? So we have these values there. So what do we do first? We form a matrix from these ones, from these from these equations. So we can form the, remember, you know how a matrix looks like. So we have a matrix which will be having coefficients of x. So now here, like, a coefficient of x is 2. The coefficient of x here is 1. There is a silent 1 here which we don't know. And we also have a coefficient of x here which is 5. So we first write that one. Let us first write the coefficients of x. So the coefficient of x here we have the first one is 2, followed by 1, and then 5. Then we go to coefficients of y. Coefficients of y here there is a silent 1, but this one is negative. So this one becomes what? Negative 1. Then the second one is 2. Then this one is 1. Then another one here we have the coefficients of z. We have 3. The coefficient of z here is negative 5. The coefficient of z here is 4. So you see, this one is a matrix that we have formed. Then this matrix will be followed by the unknowns themselves, beginning with x, which was the first one, followed by y, followed by z. You see? Then this one will be giving us the matrix. This one is a matrix of the unknowns. Now we shall form a matrix of these answers here, this side. So it will be 10, negative 9, then 11, like the way they are here. So the next step here, we shall form what we call the argumented matrix. The argumented matrix will be a mixture of this matrix first, the matrix of coefficients. So we shall join it with the matrix of these equivalences. These equivalences, okay, like these numbers here, this one here. So the argumented matrix will be, so first write this matrix here. We have 2, 1, 5, then negative 1, 2, 1. Then we have 3, negative 5, then 4. Then the argumented matrix, we shall add this one. We add 10, we add negative 9, then 1. So in order for it to separate them, we can put like a separator here, like these lines, separate them from the matrix of coefficients. So you see the matrix have formed, argumented matrix. So we shall do what we call row operations. That's why it's called row reduction. We shall do what we call row operations on this argumented matrix. Those row operations, like the way you're going to see them, they are the ones which will help us get the final answer, or they are the ones that will help us get the value of z, the value of y, and the value of x. So the row operations will ensure that here we have a 0. We shall make sure that here we have a 0, we get a 0, and here we get a 0 also. Then you also get a 0 here. So we shall need to form a 0 here, a 0 here, and a 0 here. So what shall we do? So remember, in a matrix, if you studied matrix, of course you studied in O level, we have rows. This one is R rows. Then this one is R columns, not so? So this one is, we can call it row 1. This one, we can call it row 2. Then this one, we can call it row 3. Are you seeing it? So what do we need to form a 0 here? So in order for us to form a 0 here, this one to make it a 0, what shall we do? We shall say this row 3, row 2, this row 2, it will be equaling to, okay, I will have to get 2, this, or I will have to get like this row 1 minus, not so, minus 2 times row 2. You will see what I mean. So I want to create a 0 here. So to create a 0 here, it means that I will first put a 2 here. I'll put a 2 here to make it be the same as this one up, so that I get a 2 minus 2 and form a 0. Okay, so that's why I'm saying now row 2 will be equaling to I will get to row 1, then I subtract 2 times row 2. Are you getting it? Row 1 minus 2 times row 2. So I will be getting row 1, then I get, so to get row 2, it will be 2 times the whole of this row 2 for me to form a 0 here. Then what will I need to form a 0 here? So it means I will create a figure which is the same here, so that I subtract that figure and then it gives me a 0 here. So what will I do? So the new row 3 will be equaling to, now what will happen? Here I have a 5, here I have a 2. So it means by all means I will multiply a 5 here and multiply 2 here. So that when I multiply 5 here, 5 times 2, it will be giving me a 10 here. And also here 2 times 5, it will be giving me a 10 here. And then I get 10 minus 10, I will create a 0 here. So it means my row 3 will be giving me what? It will be giving me 5 row 1 minus then 2 row 3. Okay, then I start. So the next step, I'll first write this row 1 the way it is. You have to go step by step and make practice. When you don't make practice, things will confuse you here. So now row 1 is here. Row 1, we shall say this one is 2, negative 1, 3, then 10. So you have a separator here. So what do we say to get row 2? What do you do to get row 2? We said it is R1 minus 2 R2. So it will be 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 1, I mean. So what is 2 times 1? 2 times 1, it is 2. So 2 minus 2 here. 2 minus 2. So I will get a 0. Okay? I will get a what? A 0. Then I come on this one. So remember it is R1. So R1 here, let me do it from a side. R1 here, my R1 here, it is negative 1. Then minus 2 R2. So minus 2 times 2. So this one will be what? It will be negative 1 minus 4. So minus minus, what do you get? You get minus 5. So this one will be minus 5. So you move on. This one will be R1. R1 is 3. R1 here, it is 3, not so? So it is 3 minus 2 times, what is this one? This one is negative 5, okay? Times negative 5. So it will be 3 minus and the minus, what will happen? Okay, it will be minus 10. Then it becomes a plus, which is 13. So 13 here. Are you getting it? So we move up to this side also. We have to take changes in this side. So this side it will be 10, which is R1 minus 2 times. Are you seeing that? Hope you're seeing that. It will be the 10, which is this one, R1, then minus 2 times this, 2 other 2 because this one is in row 2. Then it will be giving me what? It will be giving me 10 minus 2. This one will be minus 18, I think. Then this one is 10 plus 18. What do you get? You get 28. So here we have your answer as 28 here. Then we move down. So to get to row 3, remember we said it is 5 other 1, 5 other 1. So 5 times 2, what do you get? 5 times 2 is 10 minus 2, row 3. So it will be 5 times 2. That one will be 5 times 2. 5 times 2 which is 10 minus 2. 2 times other 3. Other 3 here is 5. So it will be 10 minus 10, which is 0. Then we go to the next one. So the next one, remember I'm having 5 other 1. 5 other 1. 5 times negative 1. You get negative 5. Then minus 2 times other 3. Other 3 here is 1. So 2 times 1 is 2. The answer here is negative 7. Okay? Then we move on to this one. This one we have 5 times 3, which is 5 times 3, which is 15. Then 15 minus, this is 2 times 3. 2 times R3, so this R3 here is 4. So 2 times 4, what do you get? 2 times 4, you get 8. So you are having 15 minus 8. What do you get? Do you get 7? 15, 8. Yes, you get 7. Then we come back, we come here. Here I have 10, but it is 5 times what? 5 times 5 other 1. So 5 times 10, you get 50. Minus 2, minus what? 22. Not so? 2 times 11. Because it is 2 times other 3. So what do you get? 50 minus 22, you get 20 what? 28, I think. You get 28. Isn't it, Emma? I don't have a calculator here. It is true. You get 28. So this is where we are. So we are remaining with forming a 0 here. We are remaining with forming a 0 here. So now the bad thing I've already written here. Okay, but I will need to use this space here. So to form a 0 here, what will I do? So my R3 will be equaling to So you see here, I want a digit which is here and here, which is the same. So that when I subtract it or when I add it, it will be giving me a 0. So what will be here? So it means I'll multiply 7 up, I multiply 5 down. So it will be 5. Remember this one is 0, 2. It will be 7. 7 R what? R2. Then minus what? Minus 5 R3. Minus 5 R3. So I've multiplied 7 up and 5 down so that I get something which is the same, and then when I subtract it, it will be giving me a 0. So let's move on. So the first row remains unchanged, so it is 2. It is 2, negative 1, 3. Then I have this separator which is 10. Then you have 0. This one will also remain unchanged, 13. Then 28. Then here we have a 0. Now let us test and we see. We said the new R3 here, it will be 7 times R2. 7 times negative 5, what do you get? You get negative 35. Then minus 5 times 7, which is, remember this one is negative, so it is minus 5. Okay, it will be minus 5 times negative 7, not so? So which is minus 35. So I have minus 35 minus 35. So this one becomes plus. So minus 35 plus 35, it gives you a 0, isn't it? So which means here I have a 0. So I've created another 0. So remember here we said that 7 add 2. So which means we shall get 7 times 13. What is 7 times 13? 7 times 13 is 91. So I have 91 minus 5 times R3 minus 5 times 7. Here there is 7. So that is 35. So what is the answer? I see you get 56. So which means here we have 56. Then remaining is here. So I have 28, 28, 28, 28, 28, 28. Okay, so which means I'll multiply 7 up, then I'll multiply 5 down. So what is 7 times 28? 7 times 28, what do you get? You get 196. 196. Then minus, what is 5 times 28? I see you get 140. Then what is 196 minus 140? Yes, you get 56. So here we have 56. So this is where we are. So you see what we have here. This one will be enough to give us the answer we want. So you see this 56. This 56 is the coefficient of z, and this one is the equivalent of that value here. So since we have zeros here, it means that at this point x is 0, y is 0, so we have z. So we shall have 56z equaling to 56, which is the equivalent. Remember, we put this one and put it here, the separator here. So to get the value of z, shall divide by 56, divided by 56. This one goes. So you have z equaling to 1. So the value of z here is 1. So we go up here. Up here we had 13. Okay. So you see this negative 5. This negative 5. So I was saying that here now we have negative 5. Negative 5, it is in the coefficient of y. Not so? Because remember this one was x, then y. So at this point, x is 0. So we shall find y. So we have negative 5y plus 13z. Remember this one is the coefficient of z. All these ones are coefficients of z, coefficients of y, coefficients of x. Then it will be giving us the equivalence here, which is 28. So you have negative 5y. Z, remember z here is 1, so plus 13 will be going to 28. So this one will go the other side. So we shall have minus 5y equaling to 28 minus 13. So this is minus 5y equaling to, this one is 15 out of minus 5, out of minus 5. So this one goes. Then we shall have y equaling to negative what? 3. So remaining is getting the value of x. So getting the value of x, it will come from this one here, the upper one, because it's the one having the coefficient of x, y, z, and what. So it will be what? 2x, because remember this one is a coefficient of what? Of x. Then minus y, because remember it is negative 1, which is the coefficient of y. Then plus 3z to be giving me 10. We already have the value of y, we already have the value of z. So this one will be 2x minus the value of y was 1, was what? Was negative 3, not so? So it will be minus 3, not so? Let's put it like that. Then plus 3 times 1, which is equal to 10. Then you move on and get the value of x. So this one is 2x. So this one becomes plus, isn't it? So this one will be 2x plus 6 equaling to 10. 2x will be equaling to 4. X will be equaling to 2. Isn't it? When you divide. So therefore here we have managed to solve. We have managed to solve the what? The simultaneous equations. So the values are now x is equal to x here will be equaling to 2. You divide by 2. You divide by 2. Oh, 6 will be equaling to 2. So we have x equaling to 2, y equaling to negative 3, and the z was equaling to negative 1 here. Negative 1. Y was negative 3, and then x was 2. So that is it. So these are the values of x. So this one, it needs a lot of practice, my friend. The problem is here, determining what to do here, making that decision. You must be careful. So you do this decision in order for you to find zeros here, and you also have to create a zero here, which is this one here. Okay, and this is what we did to get the zero here, and then we were able, by forming these zeros here, they would eliminate the x and y, and then we remain with z, which gives us the basis for finding other values. So that is how we have managed to reach our final answer. So that is how we can do that number.